Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paula's Soapbox Live. My guest today is an accomplished singer, songwriter, and producer from Los Angeles. His latest single is called Lay Me Down, and it's my pleasure to welcome to the show Travis Marsh. Hi, Travis. Thank you for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I know that you are in the middle of releasing a string of singles right now. So, what made you decide?
Hi,
Go ahead.
Travis. Thank you for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Are you? We're getting some feedback. Okay, 1 second. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I think you must have been watching it while we were. Yeah.
No
Okay, that's okay. All right, so you're in the middle of releasing a string of singles right now. So, what made you decide to release your music this way as opposed to like releasing a full album?
I had released albums in the past and just kind of seemed like put a lot of time into it, and then I just kind of released it, and it was like one moment in time versus kind of releasing them as I make them, and then and plus this way I feel like I can kind of evolve, and I can constantly be changing myself, and it doesn't need to be like so much time wrapped into one moment in time, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
it's more in a state of flux and changing with me,
Yeah.
So, and with, social media and all that other stuff, people are constantly involved, and then,
Yeah.
and that's kind of a way of always being involved with the fans,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Well, your first album was called Los Angeles, and it was a compilation of songs that you had written from the ages of 13 and 18.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's really young. That's really young. So were you at all hesitant about releasing something that you had created at such a young age range?
I don't know if I was smart enough to know better at that time. I was just, I just like making music and releasing it.
Yeah.
And I had a collection of songs that at the time I was like, oh, I like these songs, I'm going to put them out in the compilation, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's better if you don't overthink it, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's kind of the way of the artist, to overthink everything, I guess.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and then you end up not releasing anything. And
Exactly.
Well, your second album, American Dream, I noticed that it was in the swag bag for the 56th Annual Grammy Awards. So did that open up more doors for you?
I think I got a couple things off it. It's been a while, so I have the world's worst memory. But no, that was it was cool. It was a cool moment in time, definitely. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we touched on this a little bit before the interview. You're from Los Angeles, and you moved to Nashville for a few years, and then ultimately moved back to Los Angeles. So, first of all, what made you decide to move to Nashville, and then why did you decide to ultimately move back home?
I had a band with a friend, and he lived out in Nashville, so I had moved out there. We kind of worked on that for a couple years, and then I had some personal stuff go on, come back, but I'm really happy to be back here. And yeah, I love Nashville, like I was telling you, Monell's, and I don't know. I really miss the food.
Yeah.
But the last couple days here, it's been raining here, so.
Yeah, well, it's raining here now, so
yeah.
kind of the same thing going on. So you're not really missing anything right now.
Yeah. Well, I liked the thunderstorms and stuff at night and all that. I felt like kind of in touch with the seasons and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
So
cool.
what was the music scene like for you in Nashville? I know that you performed with a few country acts. So who did you perform with?
I played some shows with Darius Rucker and I know one with Keith Urban and Brad Paisley. Just a bunch of different, pop country people. It was a lot of fun though.
That's some big names.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was definitely experience of a lifetime. So
Yeah.
it was cool.
So I know that you've been involved also in composing music and theme songs for various web series. So how did you get involved with that?
You know, I had a friend that was making. Well, he actually had. I think it was like the first, or the claim was like the first web channel or something like that. And then
Yeah.
he had different like web shows on that from way back in the day, I guess.
Mhm.
And they needed some different theme songs, and so I got in touch with one of the shows actually, and then through that show I had met the guy that kind of the network, and he had some other shows on the network they needed songs for, and he liked what I did, so I just started doing that, and I'd always been interested in doing that sort of thing, so I definitely jumped on that. I don't
Yeah.
know, you know, like I just love all kinds of music, so it's fun to, whether it's composing or, you know, writing songs or anything really, music is cool.
Well, I know that when you were younger, you were actually on The Price is Right, and
No,
you
I forgot about.
sang in the showcase, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no, yeah, that was, you know, it was on this mobile. You know how like they have all these mechanics, and it was like it turns and it reveals
Right.
the prize. So it, like, I was standing up on that thing, and it just like jerked so hard. Turned around, and I was holding this guitar. It was, I think it was for Line 6, which is some guitar company. But I like barely just saved myself from falling on my face.
Oh,
So,
God.
they had
Yeah,
warned
that
me
could
too.
have been a bad.
They're like, oh, it's gonna be a little jolt or whatever. But I couldn't prepare for how hard that thing was. Like, but yeah.
Well, luckily you didn't fall, so that would have been bad.
Yeah, Drew Carey was the host, and he was super cool. He was nice. Everyone there was cool. It was a good time.
Well, that had to have been a neat experience, though. The Price is Right has been around forever, so.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was fun for sure.
Well, I know at one point in your career you were selected to be, you were like a rock your fashion artist for Calvin Klein jeans. So what did that entail?
You know, they had my music during the fashion season or whatever it's called. They had, you know, songs off my first record playing in their Calvin Klein stores and stuff, and then I think they had used like picture me with the guitar or something in some of their advertisements, and that was cool too. Yeah, man, it's been a while since a lot of this stuff's here.
I'm digging up
Maybe
all
it's not
the
been
old
that long.
stuff.
Yeah, but no, that was fun for sure.
So your family has like a winery music venue type thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. Well, my sister makes wine up in Solvang, which is like 40. Well, it's like an hour north of where I am. So it's like a little Danish town, and it's really cool. They have tons of wineries up there. There was some movie, I'm trying to remember, it's kind of famous for being filmed up there.
Was it Sideways?
Yes, Sideways, exactly. So, you know, if you ever seen that movie, it's up in that area. So
Yeah, well, that's cool. But
yeah.
they
Did
sort
she
of
have
combine music there at your sister's.
Yeah. So I used to make music with my sister, and you know, so the whole we had a duet a long time ago, me and my
Yeah,
sister.
not Sky Drive, right?
Yeah. So, you know, we just kind of kept that music theme, and she has a bunch of bands come in, you know, and we have just a bunch of guitars on the walls and stuff. It's really cool. It's worth checking out if you're ever in the area.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so music must be in your blood, right?
um, well, I mean, my parents were big music fans, but my sister and I were the first people to really play music. My sister was real into singing and stuff, and I played guitar at a young age, and you know, I picked up singing a little later. but we're really like the first people, as far as I know, in the family that really played music. But growing up in the house, we always had like music cranked, like Pink Floyd and the Eagles, and
Yeah.
that.
So you had all of those influences.
Yeah, just everywhere. And my parents would always tell me the different bands on the radios and stuff, and I was into classic rock and all that, and old country bands and stuff at a very young age. So.
Well, you got your first guitar when you were really young, like at 10 or something, right?
Yeah. Santa Claus gave it to me, but.
Yeah. So were you already interested in music at that point, or did that sort of jumpstart your interest in music?
I was like really into listening to music. I don't know if I'd really considered at that time that I could play it myself, And then when I got it, it just felt like really natural, and I just didn't put it down,
Yeah.
And I think my parents realized at that point that it was a little different for me because, I was playing guitar like 10 hours a day, and in summertime I wouldn't leave the house; I'd just be playing guitar.
Wow.
Weirdo, but it's been a fun, long journey.
Well, you mentioned that you and your sister had a musical duo for a while. So do you two ever still collaborate?
Yeah, it's been a little while, to be honest, but I'd love to. We did a lot, up until it's probably been about 8 months or something since we've done anything. Or maybe like a year, but I had family events and stuff like Thanksgiving. We'll play music together, and
Yeah,
it's been more of a family thing than like a professional thing, But yeah.
Well, so is it true that the two of you used to sort of bicker back and forth about who wrote the best parts of the songs that you created?
That's funny. Probably. Yeah. No, that is true. Actually, where'd you hear that? No, that is pretty true, though. I guess now that I think about it.
Yeah, sibling rivalry. I guess that's normal.
Yeah, I was like the annoying little brother, so.
Right. Yeah. So I know that the two of you were also in a drama series in 2009 called Anywhere. And more than that, though, you and your music inspired the show and the characters. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. The director of the show had heard me playing music and was really into it, and so he kind of like listened to songs me and my sister had made, and the ones I had made, she had made, and just kind of wrote this script around it, and so then we kind of made a show around that. It was cool. It was a good experience, definitely.
Yeah. Well, you've done some other acting
and stuff from that.
Huh? I'm sorry, what? I missed what you said.
Oh, I just said I made a lot of good friends and stuff from doing that.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Well, I know that you've done other acting. You were in a Rascal Flatts video. You were also cast in a web soap called Gorgeous. So I'm guessing, do you plan on continuing to pursue acting alongside your music?
Acting is something that just kind of like, I don't want to say falling on my lap, but just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's not something that I've really like pursued, like music, to be honest. But it's just kind of like fallen, and I like new experiences and just doing whatever, So
yeah.
I'm pretty like open-minded person, so I like doing it. If something that kind of came my way, I'd definitely do it, but I'm not like actively pursuing it. Yeah.
Well, that's about all the questions that I had. Do you want to sing something before we go?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
My guitar here, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll play a song. I guess right here, right now.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, cool. Takes a while to finally see someone like you staring back at me. Two hearts amongst the crowd were blessed by serendipity. Walk the line, don't waste no time. Right now I feel your energy. You pull me close towards your skin. I want to feel you next to me. Night is not the average night, and you're not an average lady. We're not afraid to live tonight, 'cause risks are made for taking. Just you and me, yeah, just you and me, right here, right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lock your hands out the door, we're racing to my limousine. Up the stairs to swipe my key, 'cause babe, I know you're into me. And I don't know just what it was, the force that brought you here with me. One thing's for sure, and that's tonight we're making history. Night is not the average night, you're not an average lady. We're not afraid to live tonight, 'cause risks I make for take. Just you and me, yeah, just you and me, right here, right now. Whoa, 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 right here, right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Travis. Well, I want to mention that you're going to be doing some gigs around Southern California and parts of Mexico. Is that true?
Yeah. I just got done doing some in Mexico, so
Okay.
Might be a little minute till I'm back in Mexico. But yeah, there's definitely some in Southern California coming up here. So on my website, travismarshmusic.com, I put all my shows up there.
Okay. And people can also find you on Facebook, which is also Travis Marsh Music.
Yeah.
And you're on Twitter and Instagram as Travis_Marsh, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you would like to add before we go?
I guess, just come to my website if you like what you hear and check out. I got a bunch of new single, Lay Me Down, with a rapper from Chicago. And, I have a bunch of new singles recorded I'll be releasing soon. So.
Okay, cool. We'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Well, Travis, thank you so much for coming on, and I hope that you'll come back again at some point. And it was such a treat having you here and having you sing. So you're such a talent. So
thank you. Appreciate that so much. Thanks for having me. Awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, Travis Marsh, make sure you check him out. He's got some singles coming out, so keep an eye out for all of those. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, bye.